I'm on a journey, all right? I'm on a fitness journey, I'm on a career journey, a passion journey, and I want to take you guys with me the same way the people that inspired me to do this took me with them. Alright guys, so today I'm going to film my workout, and this is pretty much what we've got for today. So it is, real quick, high bar squat 2x2 with around 545, high bar squat 4x6 at about 232.5 kg, which has got to be somewhere around like 530, 535 or something like that. FFE stands for front foot elevated, SS stands for split squat, 4x8 on each leg. Then we're going to go into a close grip pause bench, 5 sets of 7 at 67.5%, which for me comes around to about 320. And then we're going to finish up with tricep extensions, 4 sets of 10, with the last 5 reps being a slow eccentric. All right, so at the end of my workout, I'll probably also try and get in a quick shoulder pump as well. I am a little bit crunched on time because I have online classes. So my next class is at 12:50. It's currently 10:30 about. There's no way I'm going to be able to finish my whole workout in that 2 to 2.5 hour time frame. But I at least need to get to the accessories like the tricep extensions by that time, because I can do that during class, but I can't be squatting during class. It's too hard to go back and forth between, especially if I get called on and I'm out of breath and whatever. It's just gonna be a mess. So yeah, we are on a little bit of a time crunch, but yeah guys, anyway, I'm excited to film my training, and yeah, so let's just get into it. So my warm-ups are a little bit different than most people. Over the years, I've kind of learned to do less and less and to be more and more specific, which, at least for me, I've found to be the most ideal way to warm up. So as you guys can see, basically the first thing I do is I get my body warm with a super dynamic movement. And for those of you who don't know, dynamic versus static, it's simple. Static, think you're staying still. Dynamic, just think you're moving, all right? So to get my body warm, I do jumping jacks. I do 50, sometimes less, sometimes more, depending on how I'm feeling when I walk in. Then after that, whenever I do any, or whenever I know I'm gonna be doing any lower body dominant movement, I always wanna warm up my hamstrings and my lower back first, which is why I do banded RDLs, which is, again, what you guys saw. But then after that, I incorporate some back stuff because I want to warm up my back. I want to get my back kind of ready to contract and really kind of get going. And then I do some shoulder blade work, some rear delt work. And then the important part of my lower body warm up is this, which it's really simple. I start off with some air squats in the same gear I'm going to be squatting in. So if you squat in heels, you put on your heels. If you squat in flats, if you squat barefoot, whatever you squat in that you're actually going to be performing your exercises with, that's what you want to warm up with when it comes to the specific stuff, the specificity. And yeah, so by specificity, all I mean is choosing movements that are as close to or as similar to the main movements as possible, the main movements you're going to be performing. So because I'm going to be back squatting today, especially high bar, to warm up, I want to do air squats, right? So I'm going to do air squats without weight. Then you're going to see me grab a green plate. That green plate weighs 25 pounds. So then I'm going to do my air squats there. And it's not just squats. It's me sitting down, really deep stretching, which I'm going to show you. But that's it. That's my warm-up. And as far as how much I do it, how long I do it for, that's completely preference, all right? So some days I sit there for 10 minutes. Some days it takes me 30 minutes to warm up. But that's pretty much it, and I've found over the years that that works the best for me. I've tried doing a million different movements, a million different stretches, and it doesn't work the same. So, yeah, cool. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, I just wanna be the greatest. Everybody knows my name, shit. I'ma have this whole fucking game list, spitting with the same wit, and I'm gonna be famous. Ain't nobody able to delay this. Coming up, I had a vision to make it. Never wanted to be nothing, always wanted to play shit. Sit in class, always wondering why I love the same shit. How the hell am I different if we all know the same shit? I ain't never let them doubt me, it's about me. Keep my head down, let my mouth speak. They surround me, they all about the clout, see where the crowd be. Every time I speak loudly, they more about me. Man, you know I got a bounty on these lousy ass haters that surround me. Still they doubt me, they don't know nothing about me. Still their mouths free, I'ma change that soon. Better watch out now, see? I just wanna be the greatest.
This is my first time drinking the gold flavor. I got it because it's gold. Who doesn't love gold? I love gold. I want to be a champion. Number one, numero uno. Gold is the way to be. This is the gold flavor. It's pina colada and it tastes amazing. It's my first time trying it. I love Christian Guzman. I love everything he does and everything he touches. And so that sounded a little weird. Everything he touches. Anyway, yeah, this one tastes great. We're going to see how it works. But I want you guys to drop in the comments what your favorite energy drink to consume either before a workout or during the day, because honestly, I'm looking for anything I can get, but it has to taste great. That's the one condition. If it doesn't taste good and you guys give me something that tastes like shit, I'm gonna be pissed, all right? It's gotta taste good. All right, so now we gotta take one more sip before we attempt our top set. Perfect. Okay, let's do it.
I wanna be the greatest, yeah. And I just wanna be famous, yeah. I just wanna be the greatest, yeah. And I just wanna be famous, yeah. And I'm not playing any more games. Either put me on the charts or I'll put you up in flames. Better recognize art, cause I don't forget names. Should've seen me from the start, coming at you like a train. Think I'm about to fall apart every single fucking day. Seeing all these damn stars with my well-deserved fame. And I spit these gold bars while they spitting out shit. Man, I give this shit hard, but it gives me back pain. I wanna be a spectacle, they skeptical, but man, I got like...
Not bad, man, not bad. Hopefully you guys were able to see what that looked like, but moved really well. First rep, little shaky. I think it's just because, again, I'm not used to the heavy weight yet. So it just feels awkward. But second rep was ridiculous. So, yeah. So I'm going to set you guys up right here. And you guys can see that sexy booty angle. And, yeah, let's do it. Alright guys, so real quick before I start my 4 sets of 6, I want to walk through the importance of bracing, especially in terms of your squat. Now you should be bracing on almost every single lift you do, especially compound movements, always. However, for the squat, it's especially important because it's what's going to allow your entire upper body to not only stay tight and stay connected, but it allows you to move efficiently with your lower body. So I want to walk through very, very briefly what bracing is and how to do it, especially in the squat, or rather how I do it, and what those differences may look like in terms of high bar versus low bar, all right? So bracing at its core, no pun intended, is to brace your core, right? To tighten everything up. You gotta brace, get ready for movement, for force production, for all of that, right? So how do we do that? One thing that I learned from actually a famous coach, his name is Bradley Couillard. He coaches world champions like Charlie Dixon and Connor Borkert. Sorry, Connor, if I mispronounced your name. But yeah, awesome athletes, and he's an awesome coach. And I was able to work with him for a few months. And basically one of the things he told me, one of the cues he gave me, was to breathe into my spine. All right, so a lot of people will just fill up, right? But that almost kind of does the opposite of what you want, right? You don't want to expand. You want to contract. You want to tighten down. You want to get smaller, right? Especially in the squat. The last thing you want to do is squat like this, right? When you're here, it's not what you want. You want the opposite. You want your pelvis under you, which I'm going to get to in a second. So what he said was, rather than like filling your diaphragm, you want to breathe into your spine. So what that looks like is, instead of this, right, which you see a lot of people do, I'm going to do this. Okay, there's a big difference. I'm breathing into my back, into my spine, and that's filling me up with air in a way that allows me to stay tight, as opposed to putting my air in here. I'm putting my air into my back. I know it sounds weird, but you gotta practice it, you gotta try it. You'll notice the difference. So again, instead of, right, where I'm expanding, I'm here. It's almost like sucking myself in, right? Okay, so that's the breathing. Now what you wanna do is, what I do at least, is I brace, meaning I contract as soon as I do that. I squeeze my core like I'm in a boxing ring. I picture myself as like a Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson was always very close, very tight, right? So the idea is we want to close down like a boxer, right? Like we're Mike Tyson in the ring. So we want to be here, right? So I do that. I mimic that idea, that graphic, that image with the barbell. So I'm here as opposed to being out here and expanded and opened up, right? I want to be closed in and super fucking wrenched in and tight. So, boom. Unrack, right? One step at a time, nice and easy, settle. I sometimes exhale a little bit as I do that, right? Then I brace again. That's the important brace though, because now what we're gonna do is we're gonna suck in, and when we contract, we're gonna wrench everything in. We're bending that barbell. Our back is super, super tight and squeezed. Our traps are squeezed. Everything's super tight. Our core is super tight and wrenched in. We're solid, then we begin our descent, we begin our squat. Now I can break down the mechanics of the squat in another video, but that's bracing in a nutshell. Practice that. That's how I do it. That's what works for me, especially on high bar when the bar is higher up on your back. And for me, it rests right on top of my traps. What that means is there's an opportunity for your chest to fall forward a little bit and for your lower back to have to compensate. What you'll see for a lot of people, especially with high bar, is they do this, a lot of anterior pelvic tilt, this, right? As opposed to keeping their pelvis under them. How do you keep your pelvis under you? Yes, squeeze your glutes. Yes, actually try and keep your hips under you, but brace, right? Squeeze that core. Keep everything as tight as you can, right? All right, let's get back to this 4x6. I don't want to make this video too long, so hopefully that did help some of you guys. If you need further assistance, please, please, please don't ever hesitate to reach out in the comment section, DM me on Instagram, email me at g@gavinadintraining.com. That's g@GAVIN training.com. All right, guys, let's get back to it. On to my last set. We've got one more set of 6 with 5:15. So really, I was supposed to do it with like 5:12 or 5:11, but I'm using pound plates, so it's just easier to either go down to 5:10 or up to 5:15. And Mama didn't raise no bitch, so 5:15 it is. But yeah, last set of 6. Starting to feel a little tired. I still have an accessory to do for legs, and then I still have to close grip pause bench for 5 sets of 7 and then do more accessories. And I have class at 12:50, and then I have another class. Just a mess, but it's a grind and we push forward. And I don't know, man, I feel like every day in my training I get to a point where I have to revisualize what it is I'm after and what that looks like, feels like, tastes like, smells like, you know. It's about thinking about who you are today, where you are right now, and who you want to be a year from now, a month from now, 10 years from now, where you want to be a year from now, right? Right now it sucks, but I want to be a world champion. And I want to shatter records. I want to build and own and operate an amazing brand and company that impacts people all around the world. I want to inspire millions of people just as the people that I look up to inspired me, and this is the grind, but we got to embrace it. and learn to love it and love the grind and love the dirt and acknowledge it and endure it. Because when you do, success will come. Success will come. All right, let's hit this last set of 6. And yeah, and then we'll just keep on going. Go.
Continue to feel alienated. Give some thought to this, because I'm confident in you, and I know that you can meet this, and I can appreciate where your uncertainty stems from, and you have reason to question your anxieties and how disillusioned you feel.
Alright guys, so just finished my 4 sets of 8 on the front foot elevated split squats. So now I have to set myself up for close grip pause bench. However, it's 12:45 and my class starts at 12:50, so we're gonna have to set up my computer right in that corner over there and just hope that I don't get called on while I lift. Okay, so we're in class now. As you can see, my world music class. This is the grind. This is the grind of remote learning. But yeah, like I said, hopefully, I'm gonna lower this. Hopefully, I don't get called on during class, and that's happened before. During my lifting, especially during squats, it sucks. But during my lifting once, I was squatting, and it was a lot of volume. It was like sets of 10, and I was completely out of breath. I got called on, had to re-rack my shit, hustle over, and I just sounded like I was fucking dying, and everybody was probably like, what the fuck? So hopefully that doesn't happen, but yeah, we have to bench now. We're gonna load up. We're working up to 320 or 318, but we'll just round up to 320 because we're using pound plates. And yeah, all right, here we go.
What is perfect? Not me, I've been overworking for weeks. I go home and purchase some things that I know will not fill my needs. Have a dose of what I've achieved and get lonesome, and I critique who I am and what I believe, make up standards too high to reach. Untrained animal off the leash, I'm in panic, but yet relieved. Brought your hammock to hang with me, grab a hatchet, cut down your tree like a mannequin that can speak. What I have in store is unique. I just mop the floors with MCs. I can't stop until things are clean. I'm an amateur's what you think, so you stand there in disbelief till I dislocate both your feet. That's what happens, you step to me. Not too graphic, but not PG. Lots of action in every scene. I'm kidnapping all of your dreams. Hold them hostage and watch them scream. Grab aside, I am what I advertise. Don't matter, you put it, we live, then we have to die. You might hate it, but you can't deny. See, everything that I've been doing got me looking like a mastermind. It's so game, but I vandalize it. I do what you fantasize. And took a vision of my dreams and I find a better way that I can make it. I've been looking, think I'm really about to maximize it. These bullets form in my mind, they come out my mouth. For anyone out there doubting, I acting mouthy. Forget what you heard about me, I've been astounding. Something for you thinking you might run circles round me. Yeah, ain't this all I ever wanted? That's that's a fact, no, that's a lie, no, I'm confused, yeah. I got problems, what's the use, yeah? Let's be honest, screws are loose, I need them tighten, not amuse, yeah. Look what I did, brought you something, hope you like it. So precise, the flow is nice, it's so productive, stop you whining. Back in style like I was vinyl, I make songs that they go viral. Something's off if I go idle, been so long, yeah, okay, I know. Take your shoes off, you're in my home, you got fans, but not.
Alright guys, sorry, no fun fails, but we did it, we're done. 5 sets of 7, done. Now we have some tricep accessories, and I'm gonna do some shoulder stuff, and then we gotta call it quits. Alright guys, so I think this is going to wrap up the video. By the way, this is one of my favorite cigars. It's a new favorite of mine. A really close friend of mine gave it to me. It's called The Last Call, and I like smoking it because I have another class at 335, right? And like right now it's like 245. I like smoking this because it's a little bit smaller than most cigars, but it's not like a cigarillo, and it's really smooth. It's really tasty. And yeah, it's like perfect for like in between class, or like if I have an extra hour to spare or something like that. And I like to smoke cigars when I'm doing work, especially like work for my business and stuff that I'm passionate about. It just, I don't know, it just helps me get into that flow state. So yeah, so that's what this is. Really great cigar. Anyway, yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. I'm going to be trying to put out at least one video every single week. All right, honestly, I'm on a journey, all right? I'm on a fitness journey, I'm on a career journey, a passion journey, and I want to take you guys with me the same way the people that inspired me to do this took me with them. You know, guys like Christian Guzman, Russell Orhe, Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's so many people on YouTube specifically who, although I guess Arnold Schwarzenegger is really on YouTube, but you get the picture. There's so many people who, specifically on YouTube, who I mean, I'm 22 now. Back in high school, I would watch. When I'm like 16, 15 years old, I would watch these guys religiously and just be so inspired by what they were doing and what their journey was. And to look at where they are now, it's just, it's mind-blowing. And I'm on that journey, and I want to take you guys with me, you know. So thank you so much for tuning into this video. Like I said, there's going to be more coming out every single week. You know, and please feel free to let me know what you want to see and what you want to hear. You know, I'm still trying to figure out what my unique content style is and what I like to put out and what I want to put out. Right now, unfortunately, I kind of have to do a blend of what I want to do plus what's easiest to do, because I just don't have all the time in the world and the money to, you know, spend on really cool videography and edits and stuff like that. But it is what it is, man. I just want to keep things raw and real, and yeah, I don't want to vibe with you guys. I want to take you guys on this journey, you know. So guys, again, thank you so much, and see you next time. Peace.
Feel like